The Bible was once described to me as a guideline for living, something that should be considered as one option on how to live your life. Similarly, growing up, I considered it to be a set of rules. That don't lie, cheat, steal, or murder. Just a thick rule book full of stories about people who either chose to apply the rules or didn't. And as a result, I began to wonder if God is anti-pleasure. So let's think about it. Pleasure is defined as two things. One, a feeling of satisfaction or enjoyment, and two, a source of delight or joy. Now, when thinking about pleasure as a feeling of satisfaction or enjoyment, it's futile. When the writer of Proverbs 21:17 says, "Whoever loves pleasure will be a poor man," this is the pleasure that he's referring to. It's a pleasure that's fleeting. In fact, if we look at Hebrews 11:25, Moses is praised for his willingness to be mistreated with the people of God rather than to enjoy the fleeting pleasures of sin that came as being the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Consider Adam and Eve. God placed them in the midst of the most beautiful scenery imaginable, naked, with only one rule: don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Man and woman, completely naked, alone in this magnificent place. The opening scene demonstrates God's desire for His creation to enjoy life with pleasure created His way, the only way that brings true freedom. Consider what Jesus tells His disciples: to not worry about anything in this world, rather to be assured that it is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. Philippians 2:12 says that it is God who works in us, both to will and to work for His good pleasure. Notice the word good preceding the word pleasure in both of these passages. The Lord takes pleasure in those who fear Him, those who hope in His steadfast love. And the result is this: God is love and God is good. As His creation, we're called to do what pleases Him. And in doing so, our Creator receives good pleasure from it, and our earthly life is filled with everlasting delight and joy that brings true freedom. Psalm 16:11 says, "You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore."